this year could wipe out 4% of humanity's population. I'm not saying this, India Today's report is. According to this, 149 years ago, when a mega El Nino struck, 4% of the world's population lost their lives. To understand how dangerous this is, even the COVID pandemic wiped out only 0.19% of the total population. And the scary part is that experts believe a mega El Nino is coming this year too. But what is this El Nino? Why does it happen? And why is it so dangerous this year? Let's understand in detail so that if any question comes in prelims, you can easily handle it. So El Nino and La Nina are both complex weather patterns resulting from variations in ocean temperatures in the equatorial Pacific region. These two are opposite weather phenomena that are part of El Nino Southern Oscillation cycle. Let's understand this through animation. So under normal conditions, trade winds from South America's western coast flow towards Australia and Asia. For prelims, remember, these trade winds are also called tropical easterlies. Because of these trade winds, warm ocean water present off South America's coast move towards Australia. And since the water here moves towards Australia, cold water from beneath the ocean near Peru rises up. This brings micronutrients from the ocean floor to the surface. This is also called upwelling. By the way, do you know the benefits of upwelling for fishing? Let me know in the comments if you have any idea about this. So because of cold water rising up, the temperature here decreases. But on the other hand, temperature increases near Australia's coast because all the warm water accumulates there because of the trade winds. And because of this warming, low pressure forms here and there is a lot of rainfall. And these same moisture-laden clouds reach India and cause rain. Now this was the normal condition, but when these trade winds become aggressive in this same process, more warm water reaches the Australian coast, meaning more rainfall. This is called La Nina. This is good for India because La Nina causes India to receive strong rainfall. But when the condition becomes totally opposite, meaning the trade winds, whose job was to bring warm water to Australia, become weak, that phenomena is called El Nino. Because of weak trade winds, neither does warm water reach the Australian coast, nor does low pressure form there, nor does it rain. Extreme dry situations are created across the entire region and temperature increases exceptionally. Now the question is, El Nino is not a rare event. It generally comes once every 2 to 7 years. So why are scientists so scared this year? The answer is that this year it's not a normal El Nino but a super or mega El Nino that is likely to occur. Look, generally El Nino increases Pacific Ocean temperature by up to 0.9 degrees. But in Super El Nino, this increase goes up to 2.5 degrees. And this much temperature increase was enough 149 years ago to wipe out 4% of world's population. And back then there was still greenery, but now we live in concrete jungles where temperature is already higher. And if you are thinking that AC will save us, according to National Family Health Survey 5 data, only 24% of Indian households own an AC or air cooler. And if I talk about rural areas, this number is just 15%. That means 108 crore people in the country will only have a fan to escape this heat. But for India, the problem isn't just the heat. 61% of farmers in our country depend on monsoons for farming. So you can imagine what economic crisis these farmers could face because of mega El Nino. Then our street vendors, auto or taxi drivers, delivery boys, everyone will have to face this heat. And unfortunately, none of them are prepared for this. And perhaps this is why the Global Heat Health Information Network writes in their article that 1.5 lakh Indians lose their lives every year due to extreme heat. So now that we are already scared after hearing all these figures, let's talk about the solution. Being honest, there is no immediate solution to this. For now, it can only be mitigated. The government can give subsidies on ACs, companies can implement work from home, but the main point is that overall these extreme weather phenomena are becoming very frequent and normal. Hence, India needs long-term planning. Tell me in the comments what steps India needs to take.